right, take a peek.
Bunk bed.
Get in. Let's go see. You think you can fit up there? I don't know. Whoa! Well, it holds you. Perfect. You like it? It's extra big. You clearly didn't need something this large, but you got it. You think you'll be able to sleep there when we go camping this weekend? Kid?
I was gonna try to get up a little
You want to try get up there? Sure, we'll try get down. Just watch your head on this, right? The hanging cupboard. And that's going to be squishy when you step on it, right? So we can do it. There you go.
I'm gonna try to get up.
Yeah, you going to try to get up? Hey, good job.
Can we bring Pirate in here?
Not right now. He's got his giant cone on. He'd take up too much space. But eventually, he'll come with us for sure. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do tomorrow, probably. You know what I'm going to do?
What?
See that silver stuff right there?
Yeah.
We'll put a window in there for you. Yeah, see one just like that, but over there, okay? So, and if you want, you could even sleep with your head at that side if you prefer the window.
Like this?
Yeah, you could sleep like that if you want. Frick, I made it big.
This pillow is soft.
It is. Well, they are. They're bamboos.
My head
Yeah.
doesn't even hit.
Perfect. That just means you just need to stop growing, and it's all good. Morning. How are you doing? I know you're getting pretty sick of that cone, aren't you? Not much longer. You're all done your antibiotics. Your little boo-boo coming along. Yeah. Patient number 1. And patient number 2. Hello. How's the little diabetic kitty today? Doing pretty good? Yeah. You're looking fantastic. You're gonna have lots of time for undisturbed rest for the next little while. And that is because it is with a heavy heart I had to cancel the upcoming camping trip for this weekend. Now, to be fair, it was both myself and my cousin Lindsay that made the collective decision to cancel the camping trip. Now, to be fair, it was both myself and my cousin Lindsay that collectively made the decision to cancel the camping trip. But looking ahead at the forecast, it was very evident that it's exactly what we should do. Normally, it wouldn't be a problem, especially if I was like going on a solo trip myself. But when it's one of these family camping trips and there's going to be some littles involved, well, it doesn't really start to feel like it's going to be a fun time when the weather dips as much as it dipped. We had been, keeping our eye on the forecast for the last week or so, and it looked fairly promising, and then overnight completely changed. And that little bit of an insult is going to be completely compounded, especially after today, because it's absolutely gorgeous right now. But I mean, seriously, like look at this. What is that? We were going for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And yeah, not great. So it is what it is. There will be other camping trips. It just breaks my heart a little bit more because if you saw the last video, you know that I completed the bunk bed for my little girl in the trailer, and I was able to show it to her last night after school, and she absolutely fell in love with it. Her reaction was better than anything I could have hoped for. She was super excited for it, wanted to go back multiple times out to the trailer just to simply play in and around it, and I thought that was really cool. So gonna suck when I gotta break the news to her that we're not going camping, but it is what it is. All of this being said, it's a little bit of a blessing in disguise. I no longer have to rush to get things done in the trailer that I wanted to get done, but it does sort of move up the need to adjust the bed that I installed in the last video, because with it being in there, it's sort of in my way if I want to do anything. So, first things first, back into Princess Auto we go. Okay. Okay. Ooh. The foam slides around in transit. Duly noted. Step 1 done. Step 2, off to the orange store. In the last video, I said I didn't think this would fit in either the trailer or Lucky. Now, I don't think it'll fit in the trailer. It's a 12-foot piece of wood. The trailer's less than 10 on the inside. But Lucky's got 11 feet of living space. So maybe, just so we can get repositioned, we can get this massive piece of wood inserted into the van. Oh yeah, no muss, no fuss. Good job, Lucky. Reason 17 to have a Leatherman on your hip. When you don't have your pencil, because you didn't put it back where you found it the last time you used it, use your knife to make a mark on the wood. There's one. And there's two. Why'd I even waste money on a workbench? Okay, so collapse the bed on the bottom. Now my plan is to just hopefully get these inserted in the new brackets. Easier said than done, it seems. Okay, there's one. And two. Nice. Always feels good when your cuts work the first time. The first two ends that I did, a few more than two cuts. Let's just put it that way. All right, let's insert some screws and then get the whole damn thing the heck out of here. And I'm happy to report the foam that I picked up at the end of the last video worked out great. It expanded within the first hour that was in here. A lot larger than the platform I built, obviously, but it cut super smooth like a hot knife through butter with a utility knife blade. So it is the exact right size for this platform, and it seemed to be nice and comfy cozy for the Pirate Princess. This is going to be the most difficult part, dealing with this. I'm gonna have to get some bungee cords or something because it's not like camping foam or anything. Is that a thing? Camping foam that breaks down nice and easy, right? So I don't know where this will live when the bed is not up. But, you know, future Matthew, he's always looking for stuff to do. For now, just sit. Should probably put it in the van so it's actually like out of my way and not getting dirty. Okay, so we got 2 new cross beams. Do I want to haul this thing out? Well, I'm gonna have to haul it out eventually. I need batteries. There's one, and I thought I brought another one in. This is why we can't have nice things. Okay. Yeah, just give her. Hello, FedEx man. You're not lost on an island. Solid-ish. Okay, 3 more times, then we'll get her out of here. I can't be certain, but it sounds like somebody's having a domestic over in the dumpster. Love the city. Okay, we got just the ends in, so I should be able to get this out now, in theory, depending on how my upper body strength is going today. Maybe not. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yep, don't drag it on our table. It's a nice stain. There we go. All right, she's out. Oh, and now you can see why I want to do something about this. It's quality content. Quality content. Okay, there we go. Now that we're outside, I don't have to worry as much about making a mess. Well, those aren't even at all. All right, on delay. Not so on delay that you break your bit. My God. And forever that is where it shall live. I've come to the conclusion in this build series with this trailer. Ryobi drill bits suck. It might have something to do with the angle I'm holding the drill at. Touche, salesman. Touche. Where were we? Screwed it. And now that we have reinforced the bed platform, split this sucker in 2, shall we? This makes sense in my brain. Hopefully it works out. Oh, that was easy. Right? Now I've got 2 separate pieces that should hopefully be more manageable for me to get in there when I'm putting this bed together. Before I see if it works, I have no reason to think it won't, I'm going to sand down these ends just a wee bit and get all of this sawdust off of it. Okay, yeah, this is way easier to maneuver this way, but it's still going to be a bit of a challenge coming in here just because of the width of it. However, get those lined up and everything else should just fall into place. Heck yeah, buddy. Right? And then this one, whoa! Still got some sawdust happening here. All right. Well, it ain't smooth like if this was from a professional factory, but for something that I built Works great. And look at that. I built 2 pallets. There we go. I was never going to make the bed smaller, like in total. It was always going to be able to be this big. And well, I'm sure some people could get away with the bed only being like one of these, you know, like sleeping just there. Brooklyn is not one of those people. She tends to move around a little bit in her sleep. So this is a much better size for sure. And it's one of those things, not only have I made it easier on myself to set up and tear down, it's also reinforced now, although I was laying on the bed last night and she was up top. There ain't no way it's coming off the wall with her up here. But I would argue that maybe even an adult could probably sleep up here now. Not an adult like moi, mayhaps an adult like Amber. But anyway, yeah, that was, I was always going to keep it this size for her. She likes the size, she likes the space. The foam is cut to this size, like I said, and it's great. Now it's just a matter of making it a little bit more comfortable and a little bit safer, right? She can't quite get up on her own yet, so some sort of makeshift, I dare say it, ladder that is removable here, and then also some sort of rail guard. I mean, I don't know that she would necessarily go all the way here and tumble off, and even if she did, I mean, if we put a cushion here, she's going to fall onto the bed, but still, just something with a little bit of a lip here that is removable. I'll have to give that a thought and see how I want that exactly to work, but shouldn't be too difficult. It's really cool to see something like this come to fruition, that you've like just created in your own brain hole and then just enacted, and here it is. But you know, with the limited amount of training I have, which is none, it's just my way of thinking and some YouTube videos and whatnot, and putting stuff together like Legos. I come to this conclusion. It might be overboard. Maybe I could have gone with lighter wood here, there, and everywhere, but I'm not a professional carpenter. It works for me, and I'm so very happy I have this modular space now. And it's nice, it'll just come out when I don't have her with me. If I'm going on trips, we'll just hoof them into Tortuga and be done with it. All right, now what are we going to do? Down at Fish Creek Park, just like the good old days. Love coming down here. It's a gorgeous day for it as well. I've been down here for a little while. Been sort of going over things here in the trailer, so this is the current state of everything. I was thinking initially, hang on, what did I just see orange? Oh, I did! Hey! There it is. The good old Dixon pencil. Always comes back to me. I was initially thinking, oh, you know what, I'll break ground on the kitchenette that I want to do here. So if I haven't mentioned it before, This area here, I want to build a little bit of a cabinet and a countertop, right? So we'll bring it up about, I don't know, maybe 36, 37 inches tall, so that when I'm standing here, that's about the same height as my countertops at port, right? So that's a good height for me to put the camp stove on and do some cooking on the odd occasion that I actually want to cook inside. And then it would be a multifaceted sort of construction structure. I'm doing great. Because that's also where the cat's litter box would live. It would go on the bottom, obviously, and then it has to be high enough for them to, you know, poop in, comfort in, because who likes to poop when they're all cramped up? And then I was thinking I'd bring it up a level, right? And then on the level here, it'd be great if I could build a slide out for the fridge. Now, unfortunately, this fridge just simply will not work. It is too wide when you have the handles on there, and the handles are far too detrimental to move it around. It's almost impossible to do on your own without the handles. So I think the EcoFlow Glacier that I have just won't work in this application. But think about it. Right in the middle, little pull-out drawer with locking slides. Slide the fridge out for this because it's a top-loading thing, right? So it might be a good excuse to visit my friends down at Craze Outdoors. It has been a hot minute since I've been down there to say hi to Connor and Jason and everybody. But EcoFlow actually has some new fridges, and they have them in stock down there. That's the EcoFlow Classic. And I was looking online. Apparently it's available in 3 different sizes: a 35 liter, a 45 liter, and a 55 liter. And a quick check of the dimensions. They're quite smaller of a footprint versus this one, and it's for a darn good reason. This one, my favorite feature on it is that it has the ice maker, right? And the classic version does not have that, but it makes it a lot smaller. So maybe that's something I'll look into, and then I'll get one of those if I actually want to have a fridge in the trailer. But I'm not married to that idea. My initial intent was to always just leave the fridge in whatever vehicle I might have with me. Obviously, where it used to live in the van, that is now a seat. But in Grace, it could ride around in the rear, in her boot, as my British friends might say. And that was my initial plan. If I go back to my initial plan, then I don't have to worry about making this space big enough for a refrigerator. And there would just be extra storage and a countertop. With all of that being said, I'm not doing any of that today. I don't feel like pulling out the big saw down here and disturbing everybody's wonderful day. It's a little bit different down at Fish Creek Park than behind a Best Buy. You know what I mean? So instead, I think what I'll do, and it's why I have the lid off of our little battery / heater box here, is that I've been having this riding around in here for the longest time, and it is the Renogy inverter. Right? Maybe get this out of my life. It's just been taking up residence back there under the bed, and this is all sort of a domino effect. When you start just spending time in the space, you start to realize the little things you want to do. Heck, I even had the little trim piece here that I talked about a few videos back, and I was holding it up to the wall, and I'm like, I could do that, but how am I going to do it? Nails are construction adhesive. And I look over here, and I'm like, oh, got to get the inverter out of there, right? Because eventually what I want to do is like cover this off with a faceplate, and you just go off the rails and nothing gets done. So we've landed on inverter. And I'm not 100% sure exactly where I want it to live. I want to get it out of the box here and see just how big the footprint is. It's smaller than the batteries. Initially, I was thinking, well, I'll use this extra piece of wood I have here and mount it sort of, I don't even know, like vertically on the wall inside the box, and then use that piece of wood for its mounting. And it could, I mean, it's heavy, but it's not that heavy, right? It's a 2,000 watt inverter, and this will give me, if you don't know, it'll give me AC power when I'm off grid. I need to take the 12 volt power from the batteries and turn it into those sorts of plugs for those that might be uninitiated with stuff like this. So I could do that, or I could just slap it on top of my batteries. That might be a little bit more cumbersome. I also don't have any alien tape or Velcro with me currently, so that would require another stop at like Canadian Tire or something. Or if I had made a proper plan, I probably could have picked some up when I was at the orange store, but I didn't. Alternatively, I could also put it over here, mount it to the floor, but then that's really taking up this floor space, and I kind of want this for like storage. And it's got to get attached to the bloody batteries too, so I'm gonna take a closer look and see what I can come up with. It's gonna be jank no matter what. All right, after some little careful consideration here, I think I am just going to mount it to the top of the batteries if I have some alien tape, and I think that I do. We'll go explore Lucky here in a second. And that'll keep all of the power sort of on that side, which is nice, and it leaves this side open for any sort of storage of whatever I might want, and it makes it easier to get at that when the door is open and I'm at the campground or doing whatever. So A couple strips of alien tape should keep that sucker mounted right to the top of those batteries. So if we come over here, too lucky, it was still in a state, but we're slowly getting things better. Yeesh. Come over here and, oh yeah, I'm charging up. Ooh, it's all done. Or is it all done? Hello? Oh, it is. I have a green light. So our battery is charged from the good ship Lucky. Thank you for your service. Speaking of inverters. Done and done. And then in here, yeah, that's what I thought. Boom. Everybody's favorite switch mounting tape. All right, so that will attach this to that, but first we want to get the cables that came with this bad boy installed. So we got a negative and a positive. Get them on here. Probably going to need my sockets for that, which is why I brought this. And then we'll get her in place and attached to the lead time batteries. All right, so I got the negative and positive attached. They're little like couplers. They're not couplers, but like they're little dust shields or whatever. So those are on there. That's nice. I almost forgot. I also have to put in a fuse or a circuit breaker in between the positive line from the inverter to the battery. And I do have one. I ordered this a while back. It's a Red Wolf. It should be a 200 amp fuse, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, sirree, Bob. We got to get that mounted up and this wire cut and all that fun stuff. See, every single project, it's always just a little bit more than I planned on. We got lugs in here, which is good. What more do you need? Lugs. Before that, though, I just want to see how this is once it's in here, in terms of the wires reaching and everything, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to want it in this orientation where the wires are at the back and they're going to wrap around to the front of the battery, because I'd rather have easy access to the front of the inverter here, where the plugs are, than anything else, right? So what are you doing? There you go. Slide you back there. Okay. Negative's going to creep around to here, so that's no problem. Not really. And the positive we will probably bring, oh boy, this is going to be, I may have to extend. It just depends on where I want to put this bloody circuit breaker. Right here. Right there, and then it's below our seat. Can I attach screws to it on both occasions? Yes, I certainly can. So that, oh boy, I don't know. Maybe I will have to spin her around. That's all right. This thing came with a remote, so keep that in mind. Ah, dagnabbit. In my infinite wisdom yesterday, trying to tidy up and get ahead of having so much stuff out here, I was like, there's no wiring I'm going to have to do for a while. Then my crimpers and heat shrink went into port. So now I'm here and I don't have a way of cutting that wire or crimping on new lugs or anything. So that's okay. We'll save it for a rainy day. I think I've decided, though, I'm not in love with the idea of the inverter being on top of the batteries. It could create a whole heat situation when using it. I don't usually use my inverters very often, and I very rarely would ever come near maxing it out to its 2000 watt potential, which would absolutely create a bunch of heat in that one spot. That being said, I'm just going to even it out, and I think I'm going to mount to the floor here, sacrifice this big storage space area. It's not like I need it. I'm not going to die on that hill. So don't need you, alien tape. Thank you very much for your almost service. And at this point, I think we're just going to tidy up and call that a day when it comes to working in the trailer, and check on the putty tats and whatnot. But I'll probably end up going for a little bit of a walk and actually enjoying this beautiful weather before I depart. Hi. This cat is being so needy right now. Hi. Please, sir. Please, sir, take the cone off, sir. I'll be good, I promise. I promise. Just a moment. Just a few moments, please. You should be the sucky with Brooklyn. She would absolutely love it. Oh my goodness, bro. Crazy. Crazy. You got your butt right in my face. Hi. Hi. Mwah. Hi. I know. I know. I gotta go get Brooklyn. Yeah. You wanna come? It's probably a bad idea. Very bad idea with your latest accessory. What, you don't believe me that I cut your bed in two? You don't believe me? I sure did. Here you go.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. You just can't tell.
Did you actually?
Yeah. If you look underneath, you'll see new supports. See in the middle? So now when I take your bed out, it's easier for me to do. Pretty funky, huh? And I put also, look, I put a sheet on it. Whoop!
Whoa.
Woo! Go.
Dad, can I watch this?
No, that looks silly. I don't know what that is. Look at this cat.
Wait, I got an idea.
What?
Wait, there's something. There's a number. There's a code. 2 again? Wait, we found another one. Let's go through.
Are you gonna eat that or are you gonna have
This
it?
is the easiest layer so far, and I think. Wait, there's blocks over here.
Yes.
For the next one.
Yes.
I'm gonna throw this over there. We won't need that.
What a boy. What a boy. Mwah. Upside down, and you pull this till the black line comes to there. See that black line on the floor? Okay, we know we're good. I put this on Penny's food.
What does it smell like?
I don't know, give it a smell. Smell it in the thing. Smell like anything?
It smells like fish. Ready, ready. Dinner's ready, pirate.
Good job, Bee.
You can eat pirate.
And that is pretty much it for today. Didn't get as much done as I usually do, but hey, it's par for the course. And I just dropped the Pirate Princess back off with her mom. And now, unfortunately, it's time to reinstall the roof on the Irish Pirate Queen. Like we discussed at the top, the beautiful weather is about to F off. Nobody's happy about that.
Thanks so much for watching, and if you feel the vibe, it'd be great if you could like, comment, and subscribe.